Scientists have come up with a curious technique to help them study a creature that vanished long before modern technology existed. They've used an MRI to scan the preserved brains of Tasmanian tigers. And by doing that, they've discovered the animals had complex thoughts, memories and emotions. Felicity Ogilvie reports from Hobart.
Studying the brain of an extinct animal has been a difficult task for psychology professor Gregory Burns from Emory University in the United States.
There aren't many known to exist, and there's probably only 4 that exist in the entire world. So one is right there in Sydney at the Australian Museum, and the other one we scanned is housed at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C.
One of the thylacine or Tasmanian tiger brains he scanned with an MRI machine is more than 100 years old.
Specimens are kept in glass jars in the museum. When we get them, we take them out of the formaldehyde that they're kept in, and usually we wrap them in some kind of cheesecloth or gauze and then put them in a plastic bag and then put them in the MRI.
Professor Gregory Burns says the MRI revealed complex connections in the cortex region of the thylacine's brain.
Those regions are typically associated with higher level thinking, so planning, memory perhaps, maybe even some kind of emotion. And so we have no way of knowing what the thylacine was like or what its experiences were like because they're gone. So this really is, I think, the only source of information about what their lives might have been like.
The US scientist worked with a local professor, Ken Ashwell, from the University of New South Wales. Professor Ashwell says they compared the thylacine's brain to the brain of the extinct animal's closest living relative, the Tasmanian devil.
You can work out that, for example, that the thylacine might have larger decision-making areas at the very front of the brain than perhaps you would see in the Tasmanian devil. So that would go hand in hand with the thylacine perhaps being a more active predator, maybe running down prey, whereas we know that the Tasmanian devil is mainly a scavenger.
The last captive Tasmanian tiger died in Hobart in 1936.
Felicity Ogilvie